Hi. The reason why so many people in the world today live and act and behave and feel hopeless and lost and powerless and lonely and so on. The reason why we can look around us at humanity and say, yeah, a lot of people really are behaving like sheeple. The reason why so many people feel like victims is really, really, really simple. In a word, it's trauma. Trauma is a very good thing, actually. It's a very healthy, it's just a natural part of life. You can't avoid it. You can't go through life and not experience some kind of trauma, whether it's birth trauma or some kind of childhood accident or abuse or the loss of a loved one and the associated grief, etc., etc. It's just part of life. And actually, the reason I say it's good is because we always grow from trauma when it's resolved. So the problem is not trauma per se, it's actually unresolved trauma. It's impacting trauma that we don't process and we don't make conscious. So I was trying to think of a quote by Carl Jung who said something like, what does not become conscious becomes our destiny. I haven't quite got the quote right, but that's more or less what he said. And it's really correct, because when stuff happens to us, when we experience trauma and we don't resolve it, and let's just be really clear, the resolving of trauma is a completely natural process. Our body, our being is equipped to resolve trauma. In other words, we're meant to experience trauma, and we're meant to process it, resolve it, heal it, complete it is the scientific term. When it doesn't get completed, then what happens is it gets locked into our psyche, it gets locked into our subconscious, and a part of us, a piece of us, gets trapped in the past. An aspect of us gets disconnected or disassociated from us. And if we don't heal it, if we don't resolve or complete it, then it gets passed down to our descendants. In other words, ancestral trauma is extremely important for us to heal. And here's the thing, the healing of it is incredibly simple. It's not so easy to do it yourself. It's possible, but it's hard because you're looking for your own subconscious stuff. It takes a great deal of focus, concentration, discipline, and awareness. But I can help somebody heal or process or complete a trauma, specific trauma, in a few minutes, literally. You tell me what it is that happened. You don't even have to talk about what happened. You can just say something happened. I was 12 years old, 5 years old, whatever. I ask you a few questions, and within 5-10 minutes it's done. And we can prove that it's done because we can check it by remembering the trauma and seeing if you still feel some kind of emotional charge around it. And you don't, you won't. The result is permanent. So it's possible to heal trauma really fast, and you can heal trauma after trauma really quickly. And it's also possible to heal groups of trauma or patterns of traumas and ancestral traumas. And this is the work that I do, and I'm really passionate about it because personal development to me has always been something that I feel is really important. More than important, it's essential. It's the thing that we can do as a species to really step into our power and to live a life of joy, a life of freedom and a life of power, as is our birthright as human beings. Thank you for listening.